Getting the chance to sign Leroy Sane on a free is an opportunity not a single club in Europe should miss. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we got 4 stories to talk about. We have to mention Lautaro Martinez, Timo, Werner, Kai Havertz and Leroy Sane. But before moving into that, guys, I would like to recommend that we made a video on the channel talking about Antoine Griezmann and his situation. It was a deep analysis into why simply he's struggling at the club. So if you're interested in that topic, I'm going to be leaving the video for you to check it out in the description down below, as well as one of the info cards will be showing up now on screen. Starting off with the very first story that involves Leroy Sane. This one is very, very big, and if you think it's not worth hearing, trust me, it is. So the official news was communicated today via Manchester City's social media channels, in which Pep Guardiola announces that Leroy Sane in fact will depart the club. That means that he will not be renewing his contract with Manchester City and therefore rejecting an extension. This also puts into the plate that what is going to happen with this player and what does it mean for his future. Right now, there are 2 options for this player to leave Manchester City. The very first of those is that a club simply agrees a transfer with City and a fee for the next summer transfer window, or the other one is that next year, after the season ends, he will be able to leave as a free player. The reason why this is so interesting and so valuable is because we're talking about a 23-year-old player currently that has bags of potential and a very unique type of player who's very sought after in the market currently. Teams like Bayern Munich, like Barcelona, like Real Madrid need a player like him. And right now, there are not many wingers, apart from someone like Jadon Sancho, that fit that profile of a young player that actually has bags of potential. A player that is simply worth paying around 80 million euros for. But the thing here with Leroy Sane is that he's not only that amazing player, and yes, you could potentially get him this season, but we know that other clubs out there, like Bayern Munich, have done business before, where they simply try to agree a deal with the player himself so that he can stay at Manchester City 1 more year and then he goes out on a free. This leaves so many gates, opens so many doors for teams like Barcelona to think, for instance, how could they get a player like Leroy Sane? And here I'm kind of hinting that perhaps they should try and target him. Other clubs like Real Madrid are simply going to bounce into it. And adding into the fact that in 4 weeks we will know whether City will get Champions League or not, this could accelerate a move for the player, or this could potentially open up more doors, like I said, to players like De Bruyne, to Raheem Sterling. So it's very important to be keeping on tabs about the current City situation. I have to say personally that as a Barcelona fan, Barcelona could think about keeping Dembélé for 1 more year, and if that doesn't really work out, then they could go ahead and buy Leroy Sane on a free if Bayern Munich hasn't gotten him already. It just simply is a great opportunity because a player that was previously just closed off and kind of hands off from everybody else is now open on the market on a plate. The fact of the matter is that Leroy Sane is an incredible player, and we have a talent that was previously locked off from the world completely, and now there's a possibility for any club out there to really go and pursue him. So I guess what I'm saying is that a team like Barcelona perhaps should go and try and target someone like him. Moving on, we have to talk about another target that is involved with Barcelona, and that is Lautaro Martinez, because it came up to our news today that Gaceta dello Sport has said that probably negotiations between Inter and Barcelona could be breaking down. The reason for it is that because Barcelona has realized that other players as strikers such as Mauro Icardi and Timo Werner has go for under 60 million, their offer isn't going to be raising the 70 million mark. And that is completely ways off from what Inter want for the player. We know that Inter want Barcelona to pay for that 110 million release clause, but currently in the COVID-19 market, with all of the players' value really reducing, it makes absolutely no sense why Barcelona should pay for a player like him, a player that in my opinion, his value shouldn't be nearly as high as players like Icardi and Werner, who probably has better numbers and have achieved a lot more. That is the sort of thing that Barcelona are weighing now. And they realized that they could have gotten better targets out there, but they missed out on them. The last offer that Barcelona has made has been 85 million euros, reportedly. Some others say 80 million, plus Junior Firpo. And I don't know whether Junior Firpo should be going really. The last game against Leganés, he put in a good performance, got that assist. The thing that really worries me is that you sell Junior Firpo, but then it's a position that Barcelona will still need to look for somebody else on the market. and then basically you're just not getting any kind of profit on Firpo, and then instantly try to look for another target. It makes absolutely zero sense for the cost that Barcelona is trying to get someone like Lautaro. He could be an amazing player and could fit in, but like I keep saying, what is the cost going to be? Finally, it seems that Barcelona is realizing that, and if that is going to be the case, then you better act fast because the options are kind of dwindling. The secondary target they could have gone to, like Timo Werner, has already left to Chelsea. Actually, that's a perfect segue now to move on to what I want to talk about next, which is Timo Werner to Chelsea. It has been announced by Chelsea officially that the player has joined, and he has already said in a communication on Instagram that he's excited to join all the Chelsea fans, and it's perfectly fine. For Chelsea, I have to say that it's an incredible purchase. In my opinion, it's one of the best transfer deals I've seen in a very long time, and Chelsea are doing incredible business. I don't get tired of saying this. Sometimes you just simply have to recognize what other teams are doing so that you can really improve yourself and you realize what you can do better. Chelsea, for under 100 million euros, have gotten Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner, two world-class players that are going to be hitting their prime very, very soon and potentially have a lot of more years in them. The business that they're doing is incredible. And most importantly, Timo Werner is going to be a player that can really raise Chelsea's level currently from a team that are right now kind of fighting for the Champions League place to one that they can really stay there for years to come. We're talking about Manchester City, Liverpool, and potentially Chelsea joining there. And with all of the young talents that they have, in fact, added to that, we have a team that could potentially solidify his position there as third, second, or even first. I would like to add as well that the fact of the matter is that buying someone like Timo Werner isn't only kind of like a concrete signing, that it will bring you goals and all of that, we all know that. But the most important thing is that it raises Chelsea's status in a way. It makes them a little bit more of a more intimidating team. And it also makes other players realize that perhaps moving to Chelsea might be a better possibility. Players before, like Alex Telles, that had an offer from PSG, can say, well, Chelsea looks a little bit more promising and it's in the Premier League, you know? That could affect many different things. And right now, Chelsea looks to be like a sort of sensation for players to go to. So, well done Chelsea, because their moves have been absolutely incredible. And last but not least, guys, I would like to talk about Kai Havertz, which is being reported that he could potentially join Real Madrid next season. Mundo Deportivo and Marca, both in Spain and opposing newspapers, one that actually nourished Barcelona and the other that does the same for Real Madrid, they have agreed both in a news saying that Kai Havertz is wanting to wait for Real Madrid. And we already know that Real Madrid were preparing an offer for Leverkusen, but Leverkusen immediately came out and saying that the price tag for Kai Havertz should be above 100 million euros. But they also came and reported that perhaps it could drop if they don't manage to get Champions League football, because they will need to raise some funds. And the best way of doing so right now in this market is while selling a player. This could be very bad news for many teams out there, to be honest, because Real Madrid with Kai Havertz could be a potential deadly team. We're talking about a player that could very easily connect a midfield and attack and be that secondary option when coming into kind of the fold of the game in the kind of outside areas of the box that could really give Real Madrid those goals that they're lacking. Perhaps not directly through as a striker, but like I said, as a secondary player right there, playing as a number 10, it could open up so many different options for them. I believe that we could see this in the game between Real Madrid and Valencia, where Hazard and Benzema just needed someone extra there, and it didn't happen. Zinedine decided to play Valverde and Modric in those positions after Isco got injured in training, but in reality, like I said, someone like Kai Havertz could really take that role very, very well. So now, guys, I would want your opinion on this transfer news, and of course let me know in the comment box down below what do you think about them. Of course, the main kind of big news that we have today is Leroy Sane, and let me know if whichever club you support. I know a lot of you are Barcelona fans, and well, of course, because I'm primarily a Barca channel, you can say to me whether you would like to see someone like Sane join the club. It could be a very good opportunity as well if you can get it as a free. If you're trying to battle it out for Bayern Munich for a player like him, who knows, maybe you're gonna end up winning. That's gonna be everything for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Be sure to let me know in the comment box down below what you think of this video, and of course leave me more suggestions for videos to come, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Take care, ciao.